Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Papercraft. Today we're going to be making this diamond point card. I found out what it was called. And it stands up like that. So it's really simple to make. So this is a 4x4 card. So I've got my paper trimmer here. And what I'm going to do first of all, so this is going to be it's going to be a 10th fold card. So it's going to fold down like that. And that's my card top. So I'm just going to measure 2 inches because we know it is a 4-inch card like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, hopefully you can see this, yep, I'm going to cut, can't see my score line there, from the corner to that central mark. And we're going to keep these bits of card, we're going to use them. And I'm going to do the same here. So that is, I need to change my trimmer blades, don't I? So that is the top of my cardboard. So we're keeping those bits. Now this is the next layer down. So this is going to be 3 7/8. So we need to work out what half of 3 7/8 is. So that's 1.5. Will actually be 1 15/16. Again, oh, notch. And then we take the top corner again. Excuse me, I just need to catch the light. I can't see my score line. There's my score line there. I can feel it. And again, we just cut from the corner to that central point. Okay, and lastly, we've got a bit of DSP, and that is 3 3/4. So we know that's going to be 1. I mean, the other way of doing it, if you weren't too sure, is just fold it in half. And do it like that. That's the quick and easy way to doing it, isn't it? So try and do maths in your head. The only issue is, because of the light in here, I can't see my score line. So take your time, there's no rush in this. Once you've done the first one, the second one's pretty easy. Right, so then we've got all our cardstock done. So first off, what we're going to do, this is a Dragonfly Garden stamp set, and we're just going to stamp the greeting that goes in the middle, which is new, may good things grow. I'm going to use a little bit of, excuse me, Evening Evergreen, which is the main colour, and I'm going to stamp the dragonfly in that as well. I hope you get it. Stamp a little bit. I've just got a bit of scrap paper. Just stamp the dragonfly. I'll have to give these stamps a proper clean at some point, but we can wait for a minute. So on the inside, we're just going to layer up these bits first of all. So we've got some Just Jade. Go there. And then a greeting. And I should say I've been using extra thick white card on this, not basic white. I wanted to make sure it was going to be strong enough. Right. So then everything else, fingers crossed, should layer up quite nicely because we've taken it down and cut it. If you'd layered it all up onto the card then cut it, you wouldn't have the white edge around some of the elements because you know, it'd be flush. But this way, fingers crossed, we should get some of that separation, layering, matte and layering effect, she says, hopefully. Not quite perfect, but the effect is there. And we've got our corners. Now there will be a right side and a wrong side, so you just need to make sure that you get the right bit at the right place. See that for some reason hasn't quite, which means that bit will be small, but trial and error. You could always slice a bit more off if you weren't happy, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it. It's going to be a tight matte layer, I should say. What I would say is just make sure you've got plenty of glue up in that top pointy bit. Well, it's not going to look like it's got much of a layer, but we can live with that. Okay, so now what we do, right, so we're going to place these, so you could either do these on the inside or you could layer them up so they come on the you can either do them on the outside or the inside, but what the important thing is, just let me that's why I was trying to work it out why it wasn't working. What you want to try and make sure is that all 3 points, you obviously want to make sure everything's within the card base, but you want to make sure that these 3 points level off. And like I said, you could either do it this way, so it's on the outside, or you could do it so it's on the inside and maybe try and do it a bit more so it flares out a bit, but I don't think you can. So you can either do it like that or like that. I'm going to do mine on the outside still. So obviously you only put glue down on the top section. And again, just take your time to make sure you've got everything where it should be. Glue it down. And then we're just going to punch out our dragonfly. And that can be added with a dimensional. Do mine the opposite side this time. And then also we are going to add some of these 2021-23 in colour jewels. So I'm going to put a big one at the bottom point, or the middle point, sorry, and then 2 smaller ones. So those are our 2 cards, diamond point cards. Thank you very much. My name's been Fiona Stanton from Feast Papercraft.